But okay, so starting out, I'm just trying to get going here. I missed yesterday, so I'm doing two in a row. I mean, or not two in a row. I'm gonna try to do one now and do one later. So this is a journal for now. I'm kind of just picking a topic. There's been like 18 million topics. One of which, this is my mocktail of the day. So this is an inspiration of a friend, and I made it my own. It is what I should name it. The Mandarin Mancino. That's what I'm going to call it. The Mandarin Mancino. It is Santa Cruz, 100% organic Santa Cruz lime juice sweetened with monk fruit sweetener and a Topo Chico to top it off. And then for the garnish, it's biodynamic mandarin oranges from Erewhon Market. Fantastic place. So let's sample. Blowjobs all around. That is 100%. Man, there's a little bit of sunlight coming in here. So anyway, I was thinking the topic that I will do for this, which is my makeup for yesterday, is vaping. So as I've mentioned previously, definitely a bit of an addiction problem. Nicotine is still one of those things. So nicotine for me is I don't know if it's problematic. I'm wondering if it is problematic. I think the most problematic aspect of it for me today is that it's really just an expense. Like, it's a financial expense, right? So I vape, which, I guess really, like, I don't really know if I have a problem with. I mean, it's inconvenient, right? Like, I get cravings when I go. Like, last night I went, oh God, sun. All right, let me do this real quick. It is hot up in this bitch. So, like last night, I went to go see some comedy, right? And like I'm watching comedy, and I'm there, like I'm craving nicotine the whole time. I am totally a nicotine addict. And so like when I'm in the company of others in a place where I can't vape, right? Like I will tend to use these things called Zyn, which is like it's like a nicotine salt. So I think it's like nicotine hydrochloride, and they're put in these little cellulose packages, and you put them up in your gum, kind of like dip, that comes in pouches. And I do those, but I also like to vape, and like this is like the addict in me like coming out, because I'm pretty sure that like nicotine salt is like, I think it basically gets converted into like 100% freebase nicotine, which is super addictive, right? Like it's not very healthy, and like like it's frustrating because it's like, yeah, I'm gotta get my fix. So anyways, so yeah, like I'm like, is this really a problem for me? Like I'm not sure. Like I think pocketbook wise, like it's probably a problem. Like I am concerned about the health aspects of vaping. Like I'm not sure. Like, is this carcinogenic? Like my intuition is that like no, it's probably not carcinogenic. Like I think it's carcinogenic when you vape, right? And there's like, if you look closely, like I don't know if maybe we can see, there's like a little bit of something that looks like carboxylated, right? Like burned, right? And I'm pretty sure that that's actually the trigger, like that's the mechanism for carcinogenic substances, right? Like when things get burned. And so yeah, like I don't know if that's just like residue from oil, or if there's like a carboxylation action, like reaction going on, where there's maybe the possibility of something carcinogenic forming. I think it's okay. Like I think it's way better than cigarettes. Like I think there's much less risk for bad things happening with vaping than like cigarettes. But like I don't smoke cigarettes at all. Sorry, screensaver. So yeah, like you know, like, I think it's just inconvenience. There's part of me that's like, yeah, like, I feel kind of like a douchebag for vaping. But like, you know, at the same time, I'm also like, well, in a way, like, this is kind of like a little bit of engaged mindfulness about the fact that like I very much am an addict. Um, like it's hard for me to like to remember that sometimes. Like I have an alcoholic, like I am an alcoholic. Like I still call myself an alcoholic. Um, and like, you know, like I have been strung out on alcohol and drugs, like in a very real way. Like I need to like not imagine for a moment that like I could safely use like cocaine again, or you know, like be blasé about like drinking. I will actually share, like I recently did have like a very mindful, I'm not going to call it a relapse because I don't think it was a relapse, but like a very like interesting experience, like on a date where I was with somebody, I was dating somebody, out on a date with somebody, and she happened to get a glass of wine, and like as the waiter brought the wine over, you know, like it passed by, and like I have a very sensitive nose, like a very keen nose, and like I picked up on the bouquet of the wine, and I was like, wow, that smells phenomenal, and like my mind started like obsessing over it, right? Like I could smell it even like when it was placed like at her place setting like next to me, and I was like, wow, that smells really, really good. And I asked, like, I was like, can I have a sip? And like I did. I had a sip, like just enough to like just paint the palate of my mouth, and like not even enough to swallow any really. And like I was there, like I was in this moment for like 7, 8, 9, 10 seconds of just like, just like really, really like opening up this like amazing bouquet of this wine. And I was like, wow, I was like obsessing over it. I was like, this is incredible, you know, like, and then it passed, you know, and I let it go. And like, so I mean, I didn't even have enough in my mouth really to swallow any of the alcohol, I don't think. God, I'm sweating like a bitch. But like it was like, you know, like that was a scary moment for me, because like I was like, I just put alcohol in my mouth, which, you know, like to me, like that's not like there's an idea I think in like AA where there's like, oh, it's an allergy, you know, like as soon as you even get a whiff of it, like you're relapsing your way to hell, you know. And it's like, no, I don't think that's true at all. It's certainly not true in my experience. And in a way, like it was actually like, wow, you know, approach with mindfulness. Like I'm kind of sad really that like I fucked up with alcohol, you know, like, because that was incredible. Like that like just the complexity of like that taste, and like just being there. Like I was mid conversation, and I like forgot I was having a conversation. I was like so caught up in the complexity of this wine that like I forgot that I was on a date for a second. You know, I was like, wow, this is fucking so delicious. So anyways, like this is the point being, like that's not what I do most of the time when I'm vaping, right? Like this is a little bit addictive. Like this is very addictive. And it's like it is something that I am often mindful of. Like I really like this flavor that I get, which is actually a lack of a flavor. It's called Clear. This is Flume, which I really like, except for the fact that they're disposables and they're expensive, and I'm throwing shit away and like blah blah blah. But I really do like this. Like there's no flavor to this, except like there is a flavor to it, obviously, but it's not like, you know, passion fruit banana, or you know, fucking, I don't know, grape watermelon or something ridiculous like that, or tobacco flavor. It's not. It's very neutral, and I do actually quite like it. So it's excuse me. God damn. Fuck. Really clears out the sinuses too. So anyways, like in the words of Maud Lebowski, it's not something I indulge in compulsively and without joy. Like I actually do enjoy this. But you know, it's like, do I need it in my life? And so I don't know, you know, like there's, you know, definitely on the wallet, it's a negative. Like I don't want to spend money on this. I think, like all in all, I would say that it's actually something like that does bring a moment of mindfulness into my life. Like it is an act, it is a mindful act. Like I'm there in the moment when I'm doing this, right? It's something that like I think that's a positive. It's a negative from the perspective of like it is an addictive chemical, right? So like when I'm in a place like a meeting or a comedy store or whatever where I can't do it, like there is a nagging, right, that comes up with craving, where it's like, I wish I could do this right now, but I can't. So that's a negative. Health wise, like I'm not, I don't know, like that's an area where I can't say like this is bad or good. I think I am suspicious of the putting anything of a particulate nature into the surfactatious surfaces of my respiratory tract. Like I'm leaning towards like that's probably not a good idea, right? Like there's already enough particulate shit in air, just regular air, that's not really healthy. Like you can die from lung cancer just from like fucking breathing air in Los Angeles. Although I think the air quality hasn't been getting better, but oh god, I spit on my pants. So like that's a negative. I think health wise it's probably a negative. I can't actually say that I've noticed much of a decrease in like cardiovascular fitness when I go running and stuff like that. Like after like a fucking vape like a vampire, like I don't actually notice like that it's really that much more difficult to like maintain a 9:30 mile or like whatever, while I'm out running 5 miles or whatever. So I don't know, like jury's out health wise. Like I'm leaning towards like I should probably be more conservative with my health and not vape. And then like I think maybe what else? Maybe like socially, right? Like I think more or less like I could probably do without vaping. And I think maybe like on like the broader social context, right? Like it's probably better for me not to like promote vaping through my own actions, right? Like just being somebody that participates in it. Like I know there's people that like look up to me. Like I have nephews and a niece, right? Like, and I certainly would not vape around them because I don't think it's a positive influence on their life. So like what about like the incidental kid that sees me and like maybe thinks I'm cool because I have like a cool Kurt Vonnegut t-shirt or something, and like is like, oh, that guy that I like because he wears that Kurt Vonnegut t-shirt vapes, like that's cool, I don't know. Am I responsible for that? Like, I don't know. That's an ethical ambiguity to me. So, let's see, 6 o'clock, got to take a shower, go to the meeting at 7:30. Got plenty of time. What are we at? 15 minutes, 14 minutes. So I'm going to wrap this up. So yeah, like, I don't know. The main problem and the main reason I haven't quit yet is because like, I'm kind of at a place where I'm like, I really don't want to suffer over this. And like, so far, like I've been a nicotine addict from the age of 13, like regular everyday nicotine user, pretty much since the age of 13, with like maybe 1 or 2 exceptions of like a week-long period or 2-week-long period where I'm like, oh, I quit tobacco. And then I relapse and like, I'm back on the nic. But like today I'm like, I probably could live a pretty full, healthy life fucking vaping, I just don't think it's great for my finances. Like that's like, that is honestly like my main concern. And also the fact that like, there is judgment around it. Like people have judgments. Like I think I still kind of have a judgment of people who vape. And like, I don't like the fact that like, maybe like if I go out on a date, right? Like might hide the fact that like I vape because I'm judgmental of it about myself. And like, I think that's reasonable, right? Like, I think it's okay for other people to have an opinion that's like vaping is not cool. Like I think that's fine. Like, I think it's okay for people to have that opinion. And I have to grant them that. And I also have to grant the fact that like I could go out on a date with somebody and they'd be like, oh, he vapes, like I'm done, and like that would make me really sad. And like that is like another one of the main motivating factors of like I should quit vaping, like I should, because like what if like this magical person that I find is like, no, like he vapes. Like I don't want to, like in every other way, like he's perfect, but like he vapes, you know, like, and that's a deal breaker. I don't think that like it would come down to that. Like I really hope it wouldn't. You know, like, but maybe it will, you know, and so like maybe I should stop vaping. I don't know, you know, like I'm very conflicted, and like the process of quitting for me, nicotine is like not pleasant. It's really difficult. So yeah, I don't know. Like I'm putting this out there. Maybe somebody really knows like a trick. Maybe like I still have to maybe do like a titration where, you know, like I think this is 5% salt nicotine. Maybe I can titrate it down to like 4, and then 3, and then 2, and then maybe get to a point where I'm just vaping like no nicotine vape solution. You know, like maybe that's the solution. Maybe I don't know. What is it? Gertrude Stein, you know, there's never been an answer. There never will be an answer. There is no answer. That's the answer. So I don't know. There's no fucking answer. But that's what I'm dealing with today. So vape it up. Vape Nation, bro. So that's going to be my journal for right now. Fuck. I'm going to try to dream up. I've got lots of other topics. I'm going to try to do 2 today. So 1 more tonight to catch up, to be on track. Still going to ride this out for 30 days and see what happens. Thanks for watching me, and hope you have a great day.